Oh, yeah. We're back, baby. It's the Bachelor Podcast. Just 4 dudes talking about the Bachelor. How are you guys doing today?
Good.
We got Denny's up in here. We got Vinny Vincent. We got Ryan Beckett. How the hell are you guys doing? How was your weekend?
Doing well.
Doing well. What was the most exciting thing that happened this weekend?
I went to Vinny's brunch on Sunday
we ran
down
into
in
each
Del
other.
Rey, and I took me all pretty much yesterday to get my wits back about me.
Tell me about this brunch. I think I know a girl that works there. She was telling me about, if it's the one down south, like the Del Rey, Boynton area, where you go in on a Sunday, and it's like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and you get a bunch of drinks in you, and then you walk outside.
It's like a war zone.
Like, oh my gosh, it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm hammered.
You got to ease into it. It starts with the shades up, and you have have a nice omelet. Next thing you know, blackout shades are down, and
So I'm assuming there's a lot of hot girls at this thing.
Of course.
Yeah. Do you spin there? Do you do the
Yeah,
music there?
When I'm home, I'm spinning there. Yeah, we usually it's every Sunday. It's packed. It's nuts. You know, Beckett, like you said, it's just like a war zone.
The cool thing is we've got people now that are actually liking this podcast. We're getting a cult following here. We've got specific questions for you, gentlemen. They people knew that you're going to be on the podcast, Vinny.
Oh, good.
You're a regular, Ryan. They know you. The girls are really starting to zone in on you.
Oh man,
they want to know more. Denny's, how the hell are you doing? How was your weekend?
Doing good. Busy like usual. So I caught a little of the cliff notes as far as the ending of the Bachelor last night. So
Yeah. What do you think of it?
I thought it was good. It's getting down to the nitty gritty now.
So we've got 4 ladies left.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Out of the 4, who would you want to take home to mama and say, this is my girl, this is who I'm marrying, out of the 4? We've got Rachel, Corinne, Vanessa, and Raven.
I'm gonna have to go with Vanessa.
Vanessa? Really? Man.
I liked her. I liked her.
like Vanessa,
I liked her
that's
big family. Like I just felt comfortable with her.
Yeah, the family is just as...
Well, it's intense.
They're
Her sister's
man.
scary.
Her sister's real scary. What are you doing? You're crying on them. That's too intense in the beginning of a relationship. If you were dating a girl and within the first month or 2, the sister pulls you aside with tears,
That is
Vinny,
true.
dude, you hurt my
That is
sister.
true.
that was the same
That
thing
is
you didn't
true.
like about Vanessa since the beginning, and that she was naggy in the beginning.
A little overbearing. You guys don't see this?
It just means she's passionate.
That's
She's
what-
passionate.
All right, Denny's, what are your thoughts on Vanessa?
I guess out of the last 4, man, I kind of just dig Corinne the most. I honestly do. Vanessa's kind of, I don't like all of the nagging, and I don't like constantly insecure.
We're talking about bringing somebody home to mom.
Yeah, I know. Bringing her home to mama. Corinne's not a great choice.
Okay, so you see it too with Vanessa, that she's a little overbearing sometimes?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And maybe that's why I'm into, because I'm overbearing too. So it would just be a little too much, little TNT maybe.
I think it would change my opinion or help my opinion to see how Corinne dealt with Nick's parents. You know, because it's one thing to go to someone else's parents' house, another
That's
thing
true.
to go to theirs.
I mean, Corinne, I'm not buying anything that I think Corinne is putting it all on for the show.
You think she took everything back the next day?
She left the tags on.
I think that part is real of her, but I think she is making herself a bit, I don't want to say cartoonish, but she's definitely, she's not like that all the time. There's
Playing
no
it up.
way. There's
Yeah.
no way. Now, is she the one you know? Do you know Corinne?
I met her briefly. Yeah.
Was she like
It's
that?
pretty much she lays it all out there. That was her, man. That was her.
Did she live in that little condo with her parents?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't
That's
know.
her house.
All I know is Nick
Nice place. Bro.
Nick was crying like a bitch again yesterday. Here's his theme song.
I'm on my man period. I got a menstrual cycle. I need to chill out. You need to pop a mind doll.
I like giving Nick a hard time. I'd probably be crying like a little biatch too if I was on there, I'm sure. Now, I think I asked you this before, Vinny. Did you ever even come close to tearing up?
Oh, yeah, I cried twice.
Did you?
Yeah.
Was it real tears?
Yeah.
It was real.
I didn't put like any Visine in my eyes and just let it drip down. But I cried, yeah.
Was it because...
Paradise was tough for him. He was on original cast of Paradise, and he
That was the
started out
OG
from like
cast.
day one.
So were you crying because you were legitimately hurt from the girl, or were you crying because you felt like, oh man, I just don't like how this is looking publicly?
Well, on JoJo's season, it was. I mean, you don't really expect it to come. You know, you think you're gonna be there to the end, and you get the boot, and then it's also a mixture of feelings because, just besides making a relationship with the girl, you're making a relationship with all your boys that are there,
Sure.
the producers, the handlers. So it's like a big ball of emotions. And then when I left on Paradise, I was upset because I was like blindsided and wasn't expecting it. But yeah, I shed a couple tears. I wasn't upset about that. I mean, I wasn't mad that I shed some tears. It worked out.
It works out for out for Vinny. It's worked out for Nick.
you-
I'm the guy that did cry.
have you ever cried in front of a girl where you're
100%.
Have you where you're vulnerable and you're like I'm giving you me here's my emotion, it's raw, see me bleed.
Yeah.
You've had that? Was that with your ex? It was 4 years, 5 years?
No, I've done it in more than one relationship. 100%. I'm not a big crier usually, but
Here's the proof of me crying.
Here, hold that up for the camera.
There's the proof. Look at that.
I think we'd all cry, man.
No,
I mean,
for sure. Well, okay, so now that we're talking about crying, when is not Bachelor related? When's the last time everyone here has cried about something? When's the last time and what was it about, if you guys don't mind?
Damn. I think mine would have to be on the show because it
Was
was
it?
last June, yeah.
Okay, Denny's, have you ever cried
yeah, maybe only once or twice.
in your life?
Yeah, I'm not a big crier, man. I move on from things almost immediately.
Once or twice in my life.
movies sometimes get to me sometimes.
Becky,
If
I'm
it's
the
a good
same
commercial,
way.
too.
I'm the same way. I am such a weepy little bitch with some of the things I watch because we have to do prep for the show. So it's like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning, and there'll be new commercials or new audio. You have to prepare for the show, and I'll be in the dark editing it, and I will just be crying like a little bitch.
The Theory of Everything did that, and sometimes get weirded out because like Lion King does it, and
Yeah.
like, why am I crying over a cartoon?
Just 4 dudes talking about The Bachelor and their weeping patterns.
And not for nothing, last night with the episode when Raven's dad said she was cancer-free, I almost choked up a little bit.
Of course. I mean,
moments
Yeah, I
like
mean, that's
that.
different.
anytime, but I also cried at an episode of Pimp My Ride with Exhibit one time.
Well, there was that one.
In my defense,
Yeah.
the grandma needed a car, and it was
was
a really
big.
shitty car, and she wasn't expecting it. All right, so you
That was a
guys,
good show.
so you're saying you're going with Vanessa, Vinny.
Yeah.
You are going now. This isn't to win it. This is to who you would take. This is who you'd settle down with. You're going with Vanessa, Vinny, Ryan.
I think I've brought a Corinne type home to the parents, and I think that Vanessa is more the full package.
Okay, Denny's.
Yeah, I mean, I think Vanessa's looking good. Amazingly, and you said it from the beginning, that Raven. I think he's really digging Raven, man. It's weird.
Yesterday's
I feel like he's
episode
digging her.
was the first episode I was kind of buying into Raven's chili, man. I thought she looked really hot.
Yeah.
And I thought, I don't know, there was a bit of a spark there.
I'm kind of with you.
Look at the depth of that visit with the parents. No offense to Corinne, but compared to Corinne, like Corinne was more like flashy, superficial.
Oh, yeah.
Total South Florida.
Look, I think we all, I think we all know why people like Corinne.
Right.
She's
Right.
nice and shiny looking and pretty.
I do think she's real, though. I don't think that, to Vinny's point, I don't think it's an act per se. Like, I think she's not trying to put on an act to, impress Nick. I think that's just really legitimately.
No, I'm with you.
her.
So, would you guys ever put up with a high maintenance girl if she's hot enough? I mean, I know you guys have done this before.
I've had, and it just crashed and burned, and it was the happiest breakup
It's
I've
not
ever had.
sustainable.
You find she's really hot, but then
Yeah.
you're also finding yourself so happy it's over.
Right.
You ever have
Oh,
that
yeah.
where
Yeah.
the breakup's over?
Oh,
You feel
for
like a
sure.
free man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of weight off your shoulders.
A lot of weight.
She'd
Yeah.
be so expensive to date, too. Every night would have to be something lavish.
Yeah.
I'd imagine.
That's why I don't know if I could ever date a fancy pants girl. Not because of even the attitude. I just don't know if I could keep up with it. I mean,
Right.
I like
It's a
going to
lot.
the ale house.
right.
Or watching a movie and nesting.
I like watching a movie and nesting. Have you guys ever been with a chick because they were doing the going into their hometown, meeting the family? Have you ever had a girl that you've dated where her family is a nightmare?
I think I can weed that out before I even get it that far. So,
Really?
yeah, I mean, just if the girl's a total wreck, I mean.
Well, no, she's awesome, but the family, you're like, oh my! I dated a girl, and I really liked her. And the dad was, first of all, he was a doctor, and he was one of those doctors that thought he was better than everybody. He thought he was a
yeah.
god walking
A lot
around.
of superiority.
He
complex.
always called me Guy. Never called me by my name. And he'd always say things like, I thought you were dead, Guy. You never come
man.
around here, Guy.
Oh Jesus.
Doesn't sound
Jeez.
hostile.
Yeah.
No, not at all. So I'm the only one that dated it.
Yeah.
I dated a girl that had an amazing family, but her family was going through a really bad time, in terms of where they were and what was happening, and that made me like the girl more because of how she handled it, though.
It's true.
Well, I dated this one girl who was very good looking, and she came from a very successful family, and I'm a little bit I'm cut from a different cloth, if you will. And her dad didn't like me at all because he thought I was like kind of just a stoner guy, which I mean he kind of nailed it on the head. But,
I don't know why he thought that.
well, the funny thing is, after we broke up and all of this, like about 4 months later, he ended up being one of my college professors.
Oh God.
So that made college class real awkward.
So to kind of piggyback on that story, although it has nothing to do with what I'm about to say, last night the cliffhanger was his ex, I guess. Is that who that was?
Yeah, from one of the shows, she was the Bachelorette. And,
Andy, yeah.
That's a big controversy.
So the
Nick.
big cliffhanger there.
Why are they bringing her back? Just to stir shit up, or is Andy single? I don't know Andy. That's why I'm kind of confused.
Andy is a huge personality.
Oh yeah.
You don't mess with Andy.
She's a Bachelor legend, is what you're saying?
Bachelor legend.
It's
For
like
sure.
a queen bee.
And
Okay.
Nick was final 2 with them, with Josh. Who
Josh
was on
was the
Paradise.
other,
That was
Josh.
the
Yep.
thing.
Okay.
And he's infamous, and there's 2 camps with Nick. Some people loved him for it. Some people thought it was messed up. On live TV, when she, they'd come out and he was asked to ask some questions, whatnot. He's like, I just don't understand why you slept with me if you didn't want to end up with me.
This is Nick asking?
Yeah.
Was there tears?
Well, a little bit, but like she was like, I can't believe you would air that dirty laundry like right now, like that. Like,
Well, I mean, look.
I don't blame him for it.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't blame
no.
him either.
No.
You got to go for it. And if there's something, you can never get mad at somebody if they out you and you're doing the dirty behavior. I mean, if
Right.
you want that stuff under wraps, don't do the dirty behavior.
Right.
Yeah.
No, that's fair.
Let's talk about Rachel. Kind of sucks that she was on there and you know she's going home.
Right.
That was kind of pointless.
Why did they do that, y'all? Why do you think they did that? Was that just a misstep by the producers?
I think maybe I'm thinking more of the way of maybe the ratings were going to drop these last 2 episodes. They need something to spike it up, make people watch.
Yeah. Do you know how are the ratings this season? Has this been a successful season?
I don't know how the ratings
I
are.
haven't. I mean,
Yeah,
when
I'm
I
on
meet
it.
people out in person, I all I hear is, "Damn, Nick is so boring. This is that, and the third."
I
I'm like,
know,
"Oh,
man.
my
A lot of people
friend."
say that.
Yeah,
I kind of
don't-
said that about Ben last year, but looking back last year, the thing about Ben was just so nice.
Yeah.
He was he was too polished.
Yeah.
At least Nick's got some flaws to him. But you're right, they're boring
Right.
flaws.
Yeah, I think they wanted to spice it up at the last second.
Yeah.
But now, like you said, now it's like we don't even want to watch when she's on her dates.
Any shot Corinne wins this thing?
I think it's slim. I mean, it's possible.
I think she goes home.
Yeah, I think he's gonna get rid of her too.
I'm banking all my money on. I say Corinne wins it.
Really?
Really?
I'm calling it right now. I've said it for a while that I think Corinne's sticking around. She's stuck around too long. Usually the shticky girl, she's out in the midway. She's in the final 4. She's really hot, and there is chemistry there. She's sticking around.
What's the next step, though? I don't recall. Does he pick 2 people to meet his parents? Is that how it works next?
I think it's 2. Yeah.
2 go to meet his parents. Okay.
So then wait. If
I
there's
really
4
wanted to
left-
see Corinne meet his parents.
I know. This is how it's going to go down. They're going to get together. They're going to do the whole bullshit thing at the end. And in 6 months, we'll be covering in our entertainment. Oh, Nick and Corinne, they're splitting. That's what's going to go down. I'm calling it right now, Denny's.
I'm trying to find stuff on ratings. These are all too long. to read,
Don't
but-
stress that. You're
But it says
stoned
they're
right
down. Overall, they're down.
Let's get into some emails here.
Oh, jeez.
Dear Bachelor Podcast, I was wondering your thoughts on a girl who has made many mistakes in her past but has corrected them. For example, before I was 25 years of age, I had slept with over 40 guys. Damn, someone was busy.
Before what age?
For 25. Let's do the math on that. That's 10, at least 10.
Throwing a couple leap years. That's a lot.
Then I realized I needed to make a change. My question to you guys is, if a girl had a promiscuous past but no longer acts that way, is this still a deal breaker? Also, should I tell this guy I'm dating the truth? He asked me how many guys I've slept with. Am I obligated to tell him? So she's racked up 50 plus dudes. She's
Listen,
25.
I'd say hell no.
Girls will never tell the truth. They hold that to the grave.
You think this? You think every girl? I see. I don't know. I've talked to girls before that have been very honest.
So a promiscuous past does not bother me, so long as there was like, just it doesn't. Just,
It doesn't bother me
Just so
either.
long as she was, because there's not a double standard.
Safe and obviously.
Safe, and there was like an element of self-respect, like that she was acting like a guy would in a sense. Like then I don't hold that against
Okay,
her.
you meet the girl of your dreams. You guys are out talking, and it's week. It's month 9, and she's Ryan. I really, really love you, but I slept with over 100 guys. In fact, one night I slept with a whole reggae band. But
So does that bother you more if it's all in one night?
that was years ago. I'm not
Could it
like
be a rock band?
It was a rock band. It was Motley Crue.
Oh, jeez.
Oh God.
I'll go
They
back to
treated her
reggae.
really classy.
Yeah, talk about no self-respect. Do you have? Is that so? That's not a deal breaker for you.
I would say that of course, like you can. There's a level that you could say, okay, like I can't, go out to a restaurant with one guy there that she's hasn't slept with, and then there's a certain level, but I don't think if she was honest with me about it, I have more respect for her about it.
Would it be a better move for a girl to be upfront and honest about that, or do you fall in love and then she says that? Because I personally think, if we're not dealing with health issues of any sort, no STDs or anything like that, you don't have to tell anybody how many people you slept with.
For sure.
I don't need a number. I just need like honesty that like, hey, like I was in college. I had a promiscuous past. Like I was single or whatever the reason was. Like
I was into reggae music. Vinny, what's your take on this?
That's hard, man. That's hard.
That's what she said.
Yeah. Listen,
50 times.
listen. If she had a rough past, a rough sex life,
And we're not saying it's rough. We're just saying it's been frequent.
if she's washed all her sins away, went to church, got holy water on her head, and maybe told you in the beginning, listen, I wasn't I was a floozy back in the day. Maybe I don't know. I don't know. That's rough.
Okay, because I'm with you, Ryan, and I'm with you, Denny's. If everything checks out and, you had a past. Look, we all have a past. They're different pasts, of
There's
course.
too many fish in the sea to be stuck with that one.
There's a lot of fish.
that's a good point.
A school of fish there.
Yeah, it's
And
not,
I think the biggest problem is that if you feel like you can trust her, if like she
That's
just-
it. That's what it is.
absolutely.
Yeah, if you can trust her, then I think you're fine. Like but if you're like, oh wow, she cheated on her last 4,
For sure.
boyfriends, like, and she's that kind of promiscuous, then okay, like deal breaker, 100%.
Yeah, to me, I don't have any problem with somebody that's been loose in their past. It's the person that I think that that guy's cute. Let me go hook up with him. A
Right.
girl you can't trust. I completely agree.
Well, as
Yeah.
long as she's admitting it, like you said, she's
Yeah.
admitting it. She's moving forward.
Well, I mean, she didn't do anything illegal either.
Right.
She didn't
No,
give,
No.
slayed 50 dudes.
Yeah, well, it's the girl that you can't trust to go out with her girlfriends and have too many drinks because you're like always worried what she's gonna do. Like can't date a girl like that.
For sure.
If she was single and like whatever.
What's your stance on girls that are the flirty type? They're with you. You guys are a package item, but she goes out to the bar. She has a couple drinks and her arms around the hot DJ.
Oh,
Yeah, Beckett brings his new girl out. She has a couple drinks. She's like, "Oh my gosh, that's Vinny Vincent." He puts his arm around you. Are you annoyed? Because I've had that happen to me before, and it pisses me off.
I would say if he's my boy, then no, I wouldn't. But if it was just some random guy that she's just trying to like be all up in the VIP. And like I get velvet roped where I can't get in, and she's just like hanging out.
she's
like,
staying
yeah,
up there.
So you're not at all annoyed if you're dating a girl for about a month and a half and you really like her and you think she's really into you. You go to an event where Vinny is on the ones and twos. She gets a little drunk and now she is kind of hanging on Vinny. That doesn't bother you at all?
A little bit. I'm not a jealous guy though, but for me, like I'm in sales, so sometimes I have to work a room. So like I appreciate the independence,
Okay.
If she's like kissing on someone's neck or something, I'd be mad for sure.
All right, so the touching's okay, the kissing, the neck,
Yeah.
and the heavy.
Becky draws a line.
Yeah.
What if she's
I like
getting
that about
All of
you,
a sudden,
Becky.
all of a sudden, if you don't see her anymore, and she pops up 3 minutes later, it might be some problem.
she's giving that DJ BJ?
Surprisingly, that was one of the questions that was asked. But we'll have to get. Someone asked, "Did Vinny ever get a BJ being a DJ?" I'm like, Vinny doesn't have to answer that, but we do have a sex question for you, Vinny.
Oh, jeez.
I know Vinny is a DJ. Does he have a recommendation to the best songs to have sex to?
Oh.
A little sex playlist.
I think the old school R&B always gets it going. You know, like Genuine.
Little Pony.
Bumpy
Yeah.
grind.
I like
Pony
it.
very romantic.
I don't think you can go wrong just putting it on the weekend.
Well, the weekend radio is good.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Weekend. What
I've
about
done some
you?
dirty to that.
That's the modern day like R&B. All the kids are bumping and grinding to that
Yeah.
weekend.
Yeah, I'm old. I get my James Taylor, my Billy
Yeah,
Joel
okay.
playlist.
The weird thing about the weekend for me is he drops the word like pussy and stuff all the time, and he's singing all this like soulful voice. It's kind of like contradictory to me.
Dennis, we're on the. We're not on the-
I hear
We're not
you.
on the After the Show podcast. Dropping P-bombs over here.
Listen to the weekend though. He does that.
All right. From the P-bomb. Let me see if I got any more. So you say you're going with.
Like old school R&B jams.
Old school
like maybe
R-
like early 90s, mid 90s.
Do you actually have playlists when you guys are getting down to business? Is that ever a premeditated thing where, all right, I'm about to knock some boots? That shows you my age. I'm saying terms like knock them boots.
Like chicks are coming over and you put on some music for them.
Because I have definitely done that before.
I don't know.
I've had a playlist before.
I feel like you can't look too much like Quagmire, where you just
Yeah.
disco ball comes on.
Let me put some music on. I'll make love to
Yeah,
you.
exactly.
It's so obvious. All right, let it breathe a little bit. I like that.
It's also on the other side. You can't just keep CNN on in the background. It's sometimes
No, there
distracting.
was one time
Kill a mood.
I was getting busy with this chick one time, and we were both very hammered, and it was we got back to my place. And I was probably 21. I was still living at home, and Friday the 13th Part 3 was on, and it was.
Oh, man.
I mean, it was so loud, and I remember I was sneaking her out of the house, and my mom ran into us.
Oh,
And
no.
The walk of shame with my mom.
Ugh.
Friday the 13th blasting. It wasn't good.
She
It was,
didn't know if that was you or the movie.
Yeah, it was pretty.
What's going on in there?
You ever
Let
have
us-
those moments where you're just like, I just want to run. I just want the shower to hit me and never come out. Yeah, that was.
She's like, my son is Christian Grey.
Have you ever had your parents bust you?
Oh yeah.
Oh man,
Have you?
For sure.
Was it uncomfortable?
very uncomfortable.
Tell the story.
I've actually.
I was 16. It was yeah.
But were you full on naked, or was it just
I mean,
like?
I was under the covers and it was dark, but yeah.
And they walked in.
Yeah.
What are you not locking your door for when you're 16?
I was at my friend's house. We had a party. Like it's
And what is it? Their parent who walked in?
my mom came to get me at my friend's house.
Oh.
You're like, be right out.
That sucks, man.
Oh, it's brutal.
Did she give you a bit of a lecture or talking to?
No, I just think it was one of those things. I was too embarrassed.
Either for both
yeah,
of you?
yeah, exactly.
That was a pretty awkward.
It was like
car ride
a
home.
door ajar slam shut type situation.
What about you, Vinny?
I actually had to reveal my story on my season of The Bachelorette. We had to go to a stand-up comedy show, and we had to go on stage and talk about our most embarrassing sex stories.
I remember
yes,
this.
yes.
I remember this.
They only aired like the last 2 seconds of it, but it was a situation.
That wasn't the whole story.
We'll give you 5 minutes. Tell the whole detail.
So
Story.
let me think about this. So I lived in an apartment and I had like a neighbor. And she
How
was
old are
cute.
you at this point?
Oh, man, I think I was probably 16.
Okay.
She was, maybe I was 15. She was a little older. So long story short, I like knew my mom's like like the lock on their car.
Yeah.
I'm like, so I was doing my thing and I heard that I was like. And I had very like my stairs were very like I just knew and you can just hear it like my mom come up the stairs and she opened the door asking me for her headphones because she was going to the gym. I was like, oh my.
So
God.
your door wasn't locked either?
No, well, she was out. I mean, I didn't expect her to come back because she just left for the gym,
Okay.
but she came back because she forgot her headphones.
And were you full on in it?
Yeah, I was doing my thing. I was full on Vin it, you know what I mean?
Vincent in the membrane.
Do you guys ever talk about that after?
Ever since I aired it on a national television show, it came back up, yeah.
That's so funny, man.
Yeah.
Denny's, you got anything?
Well, one time I was getting dome in the parents' hot tub, and my dad walked out walking the dog, and so he was pretending like he didn't see
And
it.
he's
But
like,
the next day,
Good job, son.
well, no, the next day he drained the hot tub, so I guess he must have known. Yeah. I was like, whoops.
Closest I got, my brother he picked my lock. I'm on the ground, full naked, going to town. He walks in. Yeah.
Who was the other person in there?
No, it was just me. I was having my own party. My brother walks in. Like, what are you doing in here, man? Jerking it?
Oh, brutal.
Oh yeah, and of course he told everybody in the family about that.
That's amazing.
Jeez.
Yeah,
Oh,
I like
man.
this. We're opening up. This is good. Where do you go from there? Let's see. Any more emails here? And by the way, anyone listening too, let us send emails to us. Send them to what we want to do at kvjshow.com.
Yeah, just send them to kvjshow.com. Mail at kvjshow.com.
Do you guys got some stuff coming up this week? I know you probably got some gigs, Vinny. What do you got coming up?
Yeah, well, actually, I'm going to Los Angeles Friday. I've got a gig
snap.
out there. Yeah. And,
So do you have so when you go out and travel, is it usually you're traveling to do a DJ gig?
probably 3 out of 4 times. Yeah.
That's
90%
awesome.
of the
Did
time,
a lot
yeah.
of those kind of kick up because of The Bachelor?
Well, yeah, it definitely gave my social media a spike, which helps with booking and stuff like that.
Have you guys seen that? That's the one thing I wanted to ask you. You know, all these people go on the reality show, Bachelor or The Bachelorette. Some of them never even come on a Paradise, or is it Paradise?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
Paradise. But they still try to parlay it into something else, using a little bit of their fame to do so. What's some of the cooler stuff you've seen people do that's not necessarily Bachelor related, but because they were on The Bachelor, they're in a pretty cool position doing cool stuff?
The 2 examples I'd give is Travis was on The Bachelor, and he is one of the doctors on that TV show, The Doctors.
Oh, jeez.
No shit. That's where you got to start from?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a major
Oh,
gig.
yeah. I didn't know that.
Yeah. And then the season that I didn't end up doing, Jillian's season, she's now the decorator on HGTV's Love It or List It.
Okay.
The British Columbia one.
And I'd imagine, too, you being in sales, you being on The Bachelor, that does not hurt at all. That's a good opening. Hey, I was on The Bachelor.
Yeah, for me, the best part was making some good friends. Like, I had a modest camera time, like, relative to the other guys. But for me, it was the friends, learning about myself, having something easy for my friends to make fun of me about.
Yeah, you don't seem like the kind of guy to walk into a room. Hey, I'm Ryan, and by the way, I was on The Bachelor.
Yeah.
I know there are some people that
throwing
are
it
like
out
that.
It's kind of like me being a vegetarian. Like, I'm not one of those annoying vegans that, like, throw it out there and talk about it.
Are you
whatever.
vegan or vegetarian?
Vegetarian.
Okay, have you done the vegan thing?
Yeah.
Boy, is that hard, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's hard. Well, just because we did it for about a month and a half.
You gotta cut out everything.
And I lost a lot of weight, and by week 5, I actually did feel a difference. I'm not getting preached or anything. I'm just saying because I know we talked about it for a month on the air, and people are like, quit talking about being a vegan, you meatless dick.
Yeah, no, it's crazy how it's polarizing when you talk
People
about.
get really offended by it. It's like, I'm not telling anybody not to eat a burger. Do your own thing.
But what I was just saying, I don't really bring it up. I mean, sometimes something will come up, and my buddies will throw me under the bus. And
Oh,
I
it's
just
always
kinda-
it's always a friend.
It's always a friend that.
He was on The Bachelor.
Well, but for you, Vinny, I would think it would be a positive to be
Well,
a little
yeah,
bit more out open.
it is.
I was on The Bachelor.
Hey, you know what? It works for me is when I send out my proposals and stuff like that to nightclubs. It always
Oh, you
helps
can
when
header it with it.
well that too, but it also helps when the buyer is a female because they watch the show. You know,
For sure.
if there's like a stubborn like owner of a club that's a guy's like, oh, I don't want these guys here. They're a bunch of tools. But if it's a girl, they're like, oh, we got to get him here. You know, they know the story, so that always helps when there's a female buyer.
Yeah.
I've had more progress with a female buyer than I have with dudes like at clubs that are booking the DJs.
For sure. I mean, I think, especially in your business, I would be using the shit out of it. Yeah. Hey, this video, I was on The Bachelor. Here's the new. What? How long is usually a gig for you?
Depends. I mean, if I'm headlining, that could be about a 2-hour set.
Okay.
You know, my LA set's about an hour.
And I apologize. I can't remember if you said. Are you currently single right now? Or are you dating somebody?
dating, yes.
You are dating somebody. Is it serious?
Yeah.
Okay.
I better say serious live on the air.
Are we allowed
Because
to,
my phone's about to get blown up.
are we allowed to talk about it a little bit? Or how long you guys been together?
We've been talking for a little bit.
Okay, all right. And Ryan, you are still. I am getting a lot of people saying, "What's the deal with Beckett? Is he single? What?" And would you? A couple girls asked me, "Would you be up for a blind date?" What's your opinion on blind dates?
I don't know. The blind dates I haven't had such great luck
I have
with.
had such shitty luck on blind dates.
Yeah. Now I'm 34, so I've met some really cool people, but I've had those conversations where I don't want to just be in a relationship to be in a relationship.
Amen.
So, at 34, I'm not freaking out, but I want to have kids and all that. So
You can have kids pretty late though.
Yeah.
But what's the age?
So I don't want to end up in a relationship where I just waste my time and her time for 6 months, a year, knowing that there's not that possibility in there. So I'm a lot more picky about me getting into a serious relationship.
So let's say you do zone in on a chick that you're like, all right, I'm really liking this girl. Does that girl have the potential of being the one?
Oh yeah.
At your age now, is what
100%.
you're saying. If you're liking her, you're gonna be all in.
Yeah.
I like it. I like this.
Yeah.
That a boy.
I still want to do it the old-fashioned way. I want to, do the white picket fence, the golden retriever, be, hopelessly in love on my wedding day. But if I'm 40 and haven't got there, then I'm gonna figure out a way to have kids with
Oh,
someone.
really?
Oh yeah, 100%.
So 40 is your freak out age for you if you don't have it going on?
Yeah. I would
Okay.
say.
Age is just a number, my
Yeah,
man. It's
I
just
agree.
a number. Okay, we barely talked anything about The Bachelor. What was that? Who's doing it right? Who's doing it wrong? Real quick on the with this season, the remaining 4.
Vanessa's doing it right. She's a front runner. I think that Raven's amazing. I think that was pretty. I mean, having the first African American bachelorette was a pretty big move. And then I just can only assume that it was the first time that Raven had heard it, but based on her reaction. But seeing, like what Vinny brought up, a cancer-free diagnosis from the doctor, like on
big.
that's pretty cool.
Oh, and the producers were so happy. Like, oh yes, sweet heartstring song.
Oh, yeah.
Love
Oh,
it.
yeah.
By the way, I really liked Rachel's family.
Yeah.
I thought Rachel's
Yeah.
family was really cool. Yeah.
Her mother had some great questions to ask. What was it like? What are your red flags about my daughter? Because she's like, everybody has red flags. So,
Everyone's got a red flag.
I have to say that all groups of parents they all had great questions.
Yeah.
It wasn't
Agreed.
like what I thought.
Rachel's
Even like
mom
Corinne's
was
parents.
amazing. Like,
Yeah.
she was such like she was like Michelle Obama.
Oh,
Yeah.
for
Like,
sure.
she was so like well put together, great
Right, right,
questions. Like,
What is a big red flag for you when you're talking to a girl? Just a few off where you're like, I'm digging this girl. Red
I
flag.
don't like if somebody's rude to other people. Like, for instance, like say like a waiter, if you're rude to like something like that. And that's what I was expecting to Corinne to be more like. I mean, I haven't seen her more in like a public setting, but like I don't like people that are rude to other people
See,
for
I
no
don't-
reason. Like that.
Totally
that,
with you.
That like talk down to people.
I agree, and I actually don't see Corinne being rude to people like
Right.
that. I actually think Corinne's probably a nice person.
No, she
Yeah,
is.
for
I just
sure.
think she's just, she's not like everybody else. She's very high maintenance. She comes from money, and that's going to, and she's hot. That's going to turn off 50% of the girls watching anyway. Who does this bitch think she is?
Yeah.
What about you, Ryan?
I would say it might be a boring answer, but just being a bad communicator. Like, even if in the beginning it's hard to even set plans with someone, and then like how they feel, and like it's just frustrating as to someone being a good communicator. Like, it's such a big red flag, because I've had situations where I really like the person and they just are really bad at communicating. Like, they don't talk to you about things. They'll text you like how they feel rather than sit there and have a back and forth. So whether it's business, friendships, family, like, I always think that the relationships are always better if you have someone that can express their feelings and a good communicator.
Denny's?
I'm totally with Ryan. Actually, I agree with both of you guys. But yeah, communication is big for me because a lot of time you're spending, you're chatting, you're talking, and you want to be able to. So you can't talk to somebody that you can't level with at all.
Right.
Unnecessary drama is mine. I just drama for no reason.
Yeah,
That
I'm on
is-
board with that.
That's pretty tough for me to deal with.
Yeah,
Where
because there's
things-
enough drama in life anyway.
Exactly. Not to bring up Matthew McConaughey again for the
Love
second
him.
week in a
I
row.
love him. You and I are like,
What I miss? I missed something.
Well, McConaughey, there was a clip we played on the show the other day, and it was, what's the one thing you just don't put up with, Matthew? He's like, unnecessary drama. I don't like unnecessary drama. And he brought up the point, and he's right, because in life, people are really going to get sick, and they're really going to die, and
Right.
people are going to lose people. There's going to be legit shit to get upset about. Not stuff that someone's creating because of their own insecurity, if that makes sense.
Oh, for sure.
And insecurity can be a mother effer if you don't hone that in. And to your point, you said you're not jealous, and I'm not really a jealous person either. I think everyone's got a little bit of jealousy to them.
Yeah, 100%.
It's just how you handle it.
Well, it's either you can't be a jealous person, but you want to be respected.
Exactly, and you don't want to be dating a new girl.
Yeah.
If you think you like her, then all of a sudden she goes to the club, she's hanging on Vinny Vincent.
Well, I've had those scenarios where I wasn't jealous about something, but I knew that she was doing it for that reason. and that made me really mad.
Oh,
I was like,
Wait, say that
yeah.
again. I want to soak that in.
she was doing something to get under my skin
On purpose.
On purpose.
The
And the
worst.
actual act wasn't necessarily getting under my skin. It was the fact that that was her motive.
No, she was using that against
I
you.
hate that. That's my biggest pet peeve. That's it right there.
yeah.
These games.
Oh, I hate it.
Stirring the pot.
Hate it.
Gosh, I like this. This is good. This is therapeutic. Anything else you guys want to mention about last night's episode? We've already gone 35 minutes on the podcast.
I guess what are the predictions?
Vinny, we'll go with you first. Prediction: Who's going to win this thing?
You guys know who I'm sticking with.
You're sticking with her.
Vanessa.
Yeah.
All right, Denny's.
I don't know, man. I kind of think Vanessa, but also I think Raven's really making her way up.
Gotta
I'd say
pick-
Yeah,
gotta
she
pick
grew
one.
on me.
I'd say Raven, Vanessa, then Corinne. That'll be the three.
Raven
in
grew
a
on
row.
me. She's not bad enough for Nick. He's not. He needs a mixture of Raven and Corinne. They need
Yeah.
to have a hybrid woman, and that would be Nick's girl.
That's a really good point.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I get plenty of good points from the Bachelor.
I think if Vanessa wins and Rachel didn't get picked yet, I think the next Bachelorette would have been Raven.
Yeah. I can kind of see that.
They haven't
Yeah.
done a Bachelorette with the twang yet. Well, I guess Emily Maynard kind of had a little bit
Yeah.
of twang, but not like Raven.
From Hoxie, Arkansas.
Yeah.
Is that where she's from?
Yeah.
Raven.
Yeah.
She's be so much easier to chill with, man.
Oh,
you don't
yeah.
have to. I don't feel like you have to impress her as much.
Yeah.
Yeah. I see what you're saying, but that's gonna change.
You think so?
Yeah. She's so involved with her family. Because that was the one where I always love when they do that on The Bachelor, where Nick thought he was in trouble. Oh my gosh, the police are here. What's going on?
That's so lame.
Then the cop comes and then they show Nick's face. Oh, what's going on here? Oh, come on, Nick. You know it's part of the bit. Come on.
Every street's blocked off for 4 miles. There's no way that you're just a random cop.
It's like, come on, Nick. Come on, you're not fooling us. All right, so those are the predictions. And Ryan, your prediction was Vanessa.
Yeah, although I would really like to see Corinne meet Nick's parents. I think it's probably Vanessa and Raven top 2.
I'm going Corinne. Corinne, they're gonna get together. 6 months later, we're reporting how they're breaking up. I'm calling it. Who will be right? Tune in to find out. Anything to plug?
No, I would just say your brunch. I would tell people to go hit
Oh,
it
check
up.
it out.
I'm gonna definitely check that out. I'm gonna bring this cat over here. We're gonna go. Is Sunday the best day to do it?
I'll be back Sunday, yeah.
You'll be back this Sunday?
Let's get weird.
Okay,
So you're
I
leaving
love
what
it.
Friday? You'll be
I'm
back
leaving
Sunday.
Friday, be back Saturday night.
Oh,
What
jeez.
time does that start at?
After 2. Well, it starts all day, but I'll get there too.
After 2. And what's the name of it in case anyone else wants to come?
Salt 7.
Salt 7 this Sunday. After
Vinny gets
2.
there after 2, but I'd recommend coming when those shades are still up because, in my opinion,
Yeah, acclimate
it's
to it.
hard to walk in when Vinny has started because it's already started to like really go up. You like to get to like slowly get lubed up for what's getting ready to happen.
Let's lube it up, baby. Let's lube it up. All right, I can't find the music, so screw it. Guys, thank you for being a part of the podcast.
Thanks for having us.
We will see you next week. Do we know who we're going to have next week? Vinny, you're more than welcome.
I'll be here, actually.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah.
Well, we have Vinny Vinsane
We'll
next
probably
week.
still be hungover from the brunch.
I love
That's
it.
true.
I love it. We'll continue this conversation next week. Thank you, guys. We love you all, and Bigfoot is real.